Good evening and welcome to our adventures here in the Taco Kingdom. I am the Mad Taco King, as my wonderful wife does look forward to this introduction every single time. So, in regards to where we're going this week, we're going to the adventures of Lord of the Rings Online with an adventurous hobbit. Apparently, hobbits are quite the adventurous folk, and so we're going to continue that with Bingo Boffin and his adventures. And then we'll adventure more into Moria and find what other crazy things are in the caverns below. So, without further ado, and welcome all to the world of Middle Earth. So I made sure that we were right where we need to be next to Bingo here, so that we can continue our adventures. So, as you can see, this little hobbit here, his name is Bingo Boffin. As his title says, he is a journeying hobbit. And accompanying him is Link's friend, Willem Whisker. So, let's see what he says this time.
I am excited to explore, but right now my stomach is rumbling.
Oh, he's a hungry hobbit. The elves must surely have a dining hall or storehouse for their meals. I'm going to take WW, that's Willem Whisker, he calls him WW for short, and find a bite for us to eat. You should introduce yourself to a top elf and tell him that we have come for a short visit. I've heard nothing of the hospitality of elves. Let's not be for its lack. He will not turn us away, surely. Alright, so go ahead and talk to Elrond in the last homely house. So onward into Rivendell we go. As we pass through the gates of Imaldris. I do love Rivendell. Coming here was one of my top moments in gaming history, the first time I arrived here on my first character, because just the view of, I remember going to this ledge here and looking over, and there's the entire valley of Rivendell right there, just having it for the House of Elves there. It's still quite, I mean, even 12 years later, it's still a striking view. They have all these homes over there, all the trees. It's a fall-ish kind of setting. So, I mean, it's got a lot to love with it. Great musical to accompany it as well. So we just gotta make our way down the paths here so we don't break legs and fall into craziness. That's the last thing we need is we're trying to meet Elrond. That's our destination ahead here, up on that hill, last homely house. So yeah, if you ever played Lord of the Rings online yourself, a lot of the main story quests, you talk to Elrond, it seems every other quest turn in. He's definitely a major factor in the events of Middle-earth, as well he should be, as the de facto leader of the elves here in Rivendell. One heck of a healer, as Bilbo Baggins would, and Frodo Baggins would attest to. And one heck of a scholar for being several thousand years old, so. Needless to say, he knows a few things. So we need to head up. Elrond is 99% of the time in his library. Let's see. Ah, here he is, right here.
Hope is not
More
in
guess
vain.
is what happens when you allow one hobbit into your home. More arrive soon after, and more after that. I will not turn this Bingo away as long as he remains a polite and respectable houseguest. You should show him to Bilbo Baggins in the Hall of Fire. They must have a great deal in common, despite my jest. Hobbits remain an unusual sight in Imaldris. Alright, so we're going to head down to talk to Bilbo along with Bingo Boffin. That should be an interesting pair, to say the least. I'm intrigued. Bilbo and Bingo Boffin.
Bingo Boffin.
Yes.
Too much.
So you shall head into the Hall of Fire and see what awaits there. Which is over yonder. There's Bilbo Baggins. You have found Bingo and Bilbo already deep in conversation.
Why bother me?
It's
Look who it
Bilbo
is.
Baggins,
It is Bilbo
the
Baggins.
famed adventurer from up Hobbiton
Yes,
Way.
the famed adventure from up Hobbiton Way. I've been filling him in with tidings of home, and he has been telling me about his stay with the elves of Rivendell. Bingo looks at you conspiratorially and quickly whispers, "He seems a right ordinary fellow to me, not mad at all," before proceeding in a normal tone of voice. "Bilbo has had the capital idea of drawing me a map so I can best explore Rivendell and not miss anything. What fun." So let's follow up with Bilbo here.
Hello there.
It's always a pleasure to see a hobbit outside the Shire. Bingo seems to be quite an interesting fellow, and I am glad to see him testing his limits. I've drawn a quick map of some notable sites here in Rivendell. Find each of these locations, you have seen some of the most notable locations of this beautiful valley. If I had more time, I could make a much prettier map, but I made this one with some haste. Go now, before Bingo loses his taste for exploration and adventure. It is a fear of mine for all hobbits that the wanderlust will depart as quickly as they arrived. Alright, so we got quite the checklist of places to go see. Let's exit out of the house and go explore some of Rivendell. Thankfully, we will have our trusty horse to get us around here. So let's head this way. A lot of the places we get on the way to the western area. Let's see, one of the places is Spire Meeting, which I believe is dead ahead of here. Let's see, Spire Meeting. Spire serves as a popular meeting spot for the folk of Rivendell. Okay. And the market of Rivendell, I believe it is, yep, just ahead. Many fine goods are for sale at the market of Rivendell. Okay. So we need to go this way. A little off the beaten path here. The lake of Hinduin is peaceful and calm, as it should be. Let's see what's next in our areas of exploration. So we got the falls here. So we need a haven. Falls up Aldris, the southeastern bridge. And we gotta go north of Rivendell as well. So we might as well head north since we're almost out of there already. Oh, gotcha. Head this way. See, if I remember correctly, he's just outside, but not quite into the Misty Mountains, thankfully. Yeah, these go up and up and up some more. If we kept going, we would go into the Misty Mountains, home of goblins and a nice cave, which he who shall not be named but used to reside there. You could actually explore that cave without him in it. All of Goblin Town, which is more explored than The Hobbit. And the Goblin King. Not as cool as the Goblin King from Labyrinth. Sorry. Just gotta say it. Let's see, the air of Emulsion high above Rivendell is crisp and clear. As well it should be. The Haven of Oregon. I'm not familiar with that place. I guess... Let's see. Let's look at some of these landmarks here. Nope, that's not it. That's the markets. That's the lake we explored. That's the Falls on Maldris. Oh, I wonder if that's down here. Let's go with those. Let's go see those waterfalls first, and then we'll find out about the Haven. Surprised they don't have us having Bingo Boffin tailing us on this adventure around. That would definitely be a grander adventure, having a hobbit around. west there, or east there, I'm sorry. Got my directions mixed up. So it says it's up here. I wonder if it means up there somewhere. To be honest, I've never fully explored all of Rivendell, so even when I used to play this consistently. So let's check out the falls this way. There's Bingo here. Okay. This valley truly has the most scenic spots, my friend. Definitely do not disagree with that. So we gotta go north here for the remaining area. Apparently not that low. My horse does not like this road, apparently. But what's it doing? It was a silly route anyways. Let's go this way. To be fair, I really don't think I've gone this way ever. I thought we shall explore some sites I've never seen before. It says it's over this way 75 meters, but this goes back towards an auction house, so... Yep, guess we're going across the bridge here and see what lies beyond. Since we missed it. So it's gotta be to the east here. Up there. I wonder if that's that little gazebo looking thing. Let's climb up there and see if we can find it. So maybe the first area maybe I was mistaken then. That happens. Seems to be taking us farther away from where we need to go, though. Yeah. That didn't take us where we needed. Interesting. Alright, so we need to find a way up there, then. Alright. So clearly the auction house way is not the way to go. Ooh, here's a little path here. It's kind of a blink and kind of miss it kind of path. There we go. The Haven or Eregion is quite peaceful. Yeah, it blink and you missed this in the spot. We have nice reception here and something. Get a nice view of the valley. Have some food. Throw a hobbit into the waterfall if you really wanted to, if they made you mad. Whatever works. Alright. Alright, so we need to head back into Elrond's house and return the map to Bingo. So, thankfully we are right here. Alright, so back in the house we go. Alright, let's see what Bingo Boffin has to say now.
There is something very familiar about this map.
That was great fun, my friend, and at each stop I was amazed anew at the sheer beauty of Rivendell and hope we did not prove a nuisance to the elves that live here, for I felt myself gawking at several points and had to restrain my tongue from wagging. Apparently, Bingo is part dog. Thank you again for holding on to the map, for I was able to keep my eyes up on the scenery instead of down on the paper. It is quite a well-drawn map now that I look more closely at it. Bingo stops talking and takes the map from you. Wait a moment. There's something more distinctive about this map. See how the artist has used these lines here to form the shape of the mountains? Why, that is most familiar to me, for the mountains in my own map are drawn in the very same fashion. You remember that map, right? It is the map that started my own adventure so long ago now. Can it be that we have found the very hobbit who drew the map that I found in the cookbook? Well, Bilbo does have a thing for maps, so would not be surprised.
How do you do?
And then talking to Bilbo, "Ah, do you mean to tell me that Bingo found my map of Eregion? I am delighted to hear it. Before I left the Shire for good, I spent some time visiting my old haunts and fixing the dear place in my memory. I can still see many of my favorite sunny paths and peaceful benches even now. But one thought brought a sadness to my heart, and it was the belief that none of the dear hobbits I was leaving behind would ever experience the same joys I had at seeing the world. Oh, I know Frodo would be alright. He'd always been an adventurous boy, but he was unusual in that regard. I conceived of a plan. I would draw a map of the wider world, and I would leave it in a cookbook in the library at Tuckborough. Perhaps it would be found by an inquisitive hobbit, one who had needed only the slightest of pushes to embark on a grand adventure. And look, I was right. Gandalf would be so proud of my inventiveness. I do hope for Bingo's sake that there will be no dragons involved, as there were for me. Then I would feel most responsible, but for now it seems to me a lark and a joy." So let's see what Bingo
I have
says.
so many questions about his adventures
I
and
can
his
hardly
writing
believe
both.
it. Bilbo Baggins, the great author and adventurer, is the one responsible for getting me started on this grand journey of mine. I will have so many things to ask him about his adventures and his writing both.
I wonder what Bilbo would think of my account so far.
I do wonder what Bilbo would think of his account's journey so far. He's both an author and an adventurer, and I would be very interested to hear any feedback he might have to offer. Can you give him my manuscript so far and ask if he'd be willing to read through it? I'm too shy to ask him myself, but if you ask, perhaps he'd be willing to take the time to read it all, so we need to choose a title. Either the constructive critic or the open-minded. Decisions. In this case, I'm gonna go for, well... Oh, I don't get the title yet, but that'll be the end reward here.
Hello there.
Ah, Bingo spoke to me of the account he is writing of his journey. This must be it. I would be pleased to read it and give him my thoughts. Give me a few moments to look over the manuscript. It should not be too long, but I will need some time to read it carefully. I will give it my undivided attention. Let's see, and Bilbo's pursuing it, or perusing it now, I should say, not pursuing it. Go ahead, Bilbo. Let's give it a once over there and see what comes out of this. Oh, apparently there's a timer on the right side here, so it's going to take him another minute and 20 seconds to read through this, apparently, so... Hopefully that Bilbo's not too harsh of a critic. Had some interesting adventures getting through here. We'll have to see what adventures lie after this, though. I have a feeling that, regardless, I think Bingo is going to keep adventuring one way, shape, or form. Hobbits are usually a very keeping to themselves folk in the Shire, but every once in a while, like Bilbo, Bingo, and Frodo, they do tend to adventure out every once in a blue moon. And apparently they all like to stop by Rivendell to see the elves. I mean, nothing wrong with that. Elves rarely venture out to the Shire, it seems. Let's see, it looks like he should be wrapping up his critiquing here soon. We'll wait and see what happens. Alright, he's finished reading. Let's see what he says.
How do you do?
I finished reading Bingo's manuscript, and I made a few notes. I very much enjoyed reading about the Shire again. I confess that I do miss the peace and quiet of my home, and Bingo's writing has reminded me of it in fine fashion, methodical and calm. I also enjoyed his account of the people he has met along the way, Tom Bombadil, the treasure seekers in the Forsaken Inn, and also his Link's friend Willem Whisker, or WW for short. Bingo is fortunate he has faced little adversity to this point, and I hope his journey remains danger-free as it progresses. My own adventure is full of trolls and goblins and dragons, as well as obstinate dwarves and elves alike. Tell Bingo I enjoyed reading his account very much, and will look forward to the rest when his journey is done. Well, that's good. Alright.
Bilbo didn't like it.
Wait. Well,
no.
what did the esteemed
We
Bilbo
have to
think
do
of my account at this
something.
point? You tell Bingo what Bilbo had to say about his writing, but the more you speak, the more disappointed Bingo becomes. You like the peace and quiet of the Shire? I'm writing an adventure story. Calm, that's the last thing I want my account to be. He hoped the rest of my journey would be danger-free. What a disaster. We have to do something. My journey has not been exciting enough, and I have not been including enough description. Find dangerous creatures in the High Moor or Giant Valley and defeat them, making note of how exciting you find the battles. Return to Fort Brunnen and take some better notes of its appearance. I was so distracted thinking about WW that I wrote only a cursory piece about it. Need some help fleshing out that description. Alright, so it looks like that we are heading out. Gonna go beat up some creatures and take some notes. So, out of Rivendell we go. At least we're not going too far. So we're gonna have to head out of Rivendell. Shouldn't be too. Thankfully, it's not too far out. I wonder what they mean by dangerous creatures. I mean, I could find 10 creatures right outside Rivendell if I have to. That won't be an issue. So we shall journey forth and try to make Bingo Boffin's story a little bit more exciting. Or give him some inspiration about it. Either way, we're gonna go forth and beat some stuff up. So that works well too. Alright, so we're almost out of Rivendell here. Alright, we're entering the High Moors. So, 10 dangerous creatures in the High Moors, or Giant Valley, like it says. We'll try beating up a few things and see if they'll count towards the meter there. Look, you can see the misty mountains in the background there. That's a nice view as well. I've never looked at that one. See, sometimes you gotta stop and appreciate the view around you. Alright, so out of the gates of Maldris we go. I love the music here too, it's quite nice. Alright, we'll see if the Stonehoof is a dangerous creature. Yep, apparently they count. Cool. So yeah, we'll just defeat 10 things as we make our way to the Fort of Brunnen. So yeah, this will be easy enough. What's that thought it would be? Should be more dangerous creatures. I'm more badger. Badger, do you count as a dangerous creature? Yes, yes you do apparently. There's a prowler here. That's definitely gonna be a dangerous creature. There we go. Alright, halfway there so far. There's a Fen Creeper. We don't need the quest from it, but we will defeat it to advance our own quest. Yeah, we don't need that. Decline that quest. Yeah, we're not sticking around for questing in general in this area. Ooh, didn't work. Thought I'd be able to go through, but apparently that didn't work as I planned, so let's head this way. It's a nice view of the west there as well. Vicious mountain bear. Well, might as well get the rest of the creatures I need to defeat done. I'll take down vicious mountain bear. Two more to go. One more to go. See if we can get down here without getting our butt. Ooh, this is gonna hurt. Ow. Okay, good news is we didn't die. That was a little bit farther fall than I was expecting though. Alright, so we defeated our dangerous creatures. Now we just need to make ourselves go a little bit more west and down. Yeah, that's our destination down there, but probably should take a little bit of a safer path to get there. So make it a little bit easier on ourselves. Alright, so we're not too far away now. As we descend. So yeah, there it is down below there. There we go. We'll head out here, we'll take some notes then. Let's take some notes. As we scribble down some notes for Bingo here. Alright, good to go. Bingo is a silly person, but he is a hobbit, adventurous, crazy, but adventurous. I do respect him for that. So now we have to make our climb back up so we can get back into Rivendell and turn this into Bingo Boffin. Yeah, the path to Rivendell is not as apparent. There's not just a road that leads you right there that's like, hey, just follow this road and you'll be right there. I gotta navigate these paths and hills a bit in order to get there. Which is good. I mean, makes it a little bit more realistic that the elves are hidden in Rivendell and not just like, hey, just follow this and like we're hidden. So I can respect that. So we shouldn't be too far away now. Yeah. The gates of the Maldris are pretty much dead ahead. A little bit of a journey, but I think we'll be alright. We've gotten pretty far on this, so happy at the progress so far. Almost there. There we go. There's the guards outside. So, into the valley we go. Rivendell. This never gets old. Not gonna lie, I do love coming here. Wish it would have had housing for Rivendell, but it wouldn't have been that realistic with the elves wanting to depart Middle Earth. But then again, it would open up all these places when they actually do leave, but I don't think the timeline of this game is going to progress enough for them to completely abandon Rivendell at that point. As they do talk of going west, beyond the Great Sea. Yep, and up above there, as you can see the Misty Mountains there. Right, let's get ourselves back inside and see what we can find there. See what Bingo has to say here in a second. Alright, let's go talk to Bingo.
Very good,
You have
my
returned,
friend.
and I
This
hope
will
you
add
have
some
plenty of
spice
exciting
to
and
my
dangerous
account.
battles with which to spice up my manuscript. I see that you also have taken down some notes on the Ford of Brunnen. Very good. I will use these notes to expand my description of that crossing. Bilbo would not believe how flowery my description will be now.
Hello there.
I must be speaking in jest. This is what Bingo took away from the feedback concerning the account of the journey? I did not mean that at all. Bingo has missed the point completely. Can you tell him what is really important in writing is how the writer conveys to the reader the experience of the adventure? I'm most interested in how the journey made Bingo feel, not in the number of dangers he faced or the quantity of adjectives he used to describe the places he found. I enjoyed Bingo's account and want to read more of it, but he has completely misunderstood my notes. Tell him not to worry about the reception of the book, or he will never write another sincere word.
My journey
I do
has
not know about
only
that.
just begun.
I respect
Where
Bilbo's
should we
opinion, so I
go
will not press the
next?
issue, but I do worry that my journey has not been exciting enough to hold a reader's interest. I'll try and come up with some way to thrill my future readers, and I hope you will think on it as well. I've come to Rivendell, but my journey has only just begun. Where should we go next? So we shall be the open-minded.
I do not want to lull my
Oh, I'm
future
certain Bilbo
readers
meant
to
no harm
sleep.
by his criticism of my manuscript to this point, but his words echo some of my own concerns. Will this account of my journey put my future readers to sleep? I do not want that. This is to be a thrilling tale of adventure, not a soporific account suitably accompanied by a mug of warm milk before bedtime. I have a new idea. My adventurous friend, I propose that we climb the very mountains in which this elf haven is nestled. We will climb the Misty Mountains and have such adventure that any reader with the unfortunate idea of reading just before bed will be rewarded with nightmares and a poor sleep indeed. That doesn't sound like a good book. I have spoken with a number of the elves here, and they tell me that the mountains are filled with many dangerous creatures. Snow beasts, snow lurkers. I've never seen any of these foes before, but we should do our part to defeat any that threaten as we climb. That'll make for an exciting read when it is written down, will it not? So I guess we're going into the mountains. Alright, out from Rivendell we go. Intriguing to see what we find then. Alright, so the easiest way will be taking that road there. So we'll follow that around and then take it north into the Misty Mountains. So on the way, we're going to have to defeat some snow beasts, 8 of those, and then 4 snow lurkers as well. And then we'll see where we end up. Probably in one of the camps, I'm sure, just outside the entrance to the Misty Mountains. If I had to guess. We shall see. Because the adventures of Bingo Boffin started way after I left the game, apparently from what I had read into it. It was intriguing to see where it all will take us on our grand adventure. Alright, here we go. Hello. I'll pick out the path there a little bit. My fault. Come on, horse. There you go. Alright. So, climb up the mountain we go. And what I like when you start leaving the town here, I don't know if you can hear it, but the music gets more and more distant as you start climbing into the mountain, which I think was a nice subtle touch that was done really, really well. And can you just hear it just start echoing in the distance as you leave the comfort of the elves behind. As we climb higher and higher. Yeah, this is no small climb. There we go. Now we're starting to hit some of that snowy stuff here. White grounds, white trees. They're definitely in the mountains now. Alright, so we should be starting to see some snow beasts and snow lurkers here soon. Snowy lynx, I guess, would count. These snow beasts. Apparently that did not count. Interesting. Okay. There's a snow beast there. Ah, the snow lurkers, the bug-looking things. Gotcha. So that's what we need. Okay, so the snow lynxes aren't going to count for this. Gotcha. We'll just start keep beating up stuff. Abominable snowman-looking guys. Ah, I chucked a rock at him. It's not very nice of him. Again, I'm trying to beat him up, so I guess I can't be too mad. There's a snow lurker down here. The snow lurkers definitely don't seem as numerous, so I guess that explains why there's only 4 of them that we need to beat up. Look this way and see what we can find. I do wonder if we'll get into Goblin Town then on the Adventures of Bingo Boffin. Now that would be fun. I'm intrigued. See, it doesn't look like any snow peoples here. Yeah. Hey, there's a reindeer here. Sweet. Okay. There's reindeer in Middle Earth. I did not know that. I learned something today. Alright, so all we need are the abominable snowman looking people. Like this fine gentleman, for instance. We're gonna stab him in that. Alright, 2 more to go. There's one right here. And we'll beat up this last one over here. And we don't. Alright, good deal. Yep, we're gonna meet him up at Gloin's camp. Not surprising. One of the few major camps in the area. Where's Gloin's camp? Okay, it is to the west there. I don't know why I didn't think it was there. It's been a minute since I've been to Misty Mountains, so it kind of threw me off. Yeah, we just gotta head that way. That would be nice if we do go into Goblin Town. I would enjoy that, but we'll see what ventures Bingo has in mind once we get here. Yeah, almost there. There we go, Loin's camp. Oh, there's a bingo badge barterer here.
Oh, I have many fine items on offer.
Okay, so there's a... Okay, so there's various things here, so... We could grab a light brown goat companion. I know the wife would definitely love that. Let's go ahead and grab that. See what this goat looks like. I'm intrigued. Summons a goat to keep you company. Alright, excellent. So let's pull up this guy and see what it looks like. Light brown goat. Yep. We have a goat named Jerry now. Fantastic. Alright. And then the other stuff we can pick up some other times.
I have collected many fine items during my travels.
Small furniture thing. So Bilbo's recommended reading. We might get that at some point, but right now...
A good start, a good start.
Those creatures are most ferocious, and I think I can solely say that any hobbit hoping to read this book before bedtime would be dreaming of frightful snow beasts and terrifying snow lurkers, even in summer. We should travel even further north now if you think you can bear the climb. Let us travel northward to the northern Brunnen source. See where it's marked on this map? Our travels will become more dangerous from here on out, I wager, and that will make for a good tale indeed. Alright, to the north. Alright, so let's see how far north we go. And we have our own goat of our own. I've got quite the extensive pet collection, but I do have a few pets. I'm sure we'll get more over time. I have no doubt about that. Nice thing, at least I don't have to worry about any of the animals jumping out at me. Bingo calls a halt as you enter the narrow passage. Dwarf lies here, grievously wounded. Oh no. Dwarf appears to have been in a very recent battle, and he struggles to speak. His wounds are very severe. Are you to help? He manages with great effort. The Kokoro, ambushed. The pain is too much, he's unable to say anything else.
This fellow must have been in a
leans back
battle.
again,
We
exhausted
have
and
to
silent.
help him.
Yes, the fellow must have been in battle recently. We have to do something to help. That is what heroes do, is it not? Bingo thinks for a moment and then visibly brightens. I know what we should do. I heard that animals in the wild have a special sense for the kind of herbs and roots that will provide sustenance and heal their hurts. I'm willing to wager that Willem Whisker has this sort of ability and could tell you if you're looking at helpful or unhelpful herbs. You should search the slopes of the Brune and Source regions for such clumps of herbs and see if Willem can tell you anything about them. You can do it, WW. Go with the Andros and help him with the search. Okay? Alright, I guess we're going to rely on Willem Whisker here to bail us out of this one. Alright, so let's head this way. Let's see what we can find. I guess we're going to rely on our little companion here. Our clump of herbs. Let's see what WW says about that. Willem Whisker stretches yawns. Is this bored or disapproving? I guess it's probably not a good source of herb there. Alright. Let's go this way. Try our luck over yonder. Snowdrift there. It should be around these trees somewhere for the next clump of herbs for us to search. A random corpse here. That's inviting. Okay, it's just a regular treasure corpse then. Okay. Where are these clumps of... Oh, there's Willem Whisker here on the next clump of herbs. Let's see what he says. Willem Whisker dances about, giving you all the sign you need to take a handful of these herbs. Okay. So, looks like Willem Whisker has come to the aid. Let's head back and see if we can aid the injured dwarf now. In his time of need. Yeah, venturing alone in the Misty Mountains is definitely probably not the best idea for a solo dwarf. Unless you are Gimli or Gloin. Gimli, I believe, is son of Gloin, which has the camp in this area. There we go. His wounds are too severe for him to speak right now, but he seems to be understanding that you mean to help. You apply a compress of the herbs, and now his healing will be a matter of time, one way or the other.
This
We've done what
dwarf
we
is
can,
fortunate
Dandros,
we
but I'm
happened
not
along
ready
when
to
we
leave just
did.
yet. We should stay and see if our efforts have been enough. I'm sure they will prove sufficient. The dwarf is fortunate we happened along when we did. I wonder if he's an adventurer as we are. He does have that look, doesn't he? We will have to ask him when he has recovered.
Our dwarf is mostly recovered.
He has been
His
telling me what
name is
happened to him. He's an
Spolby,
adventurer, as we
and he
expected.
has been
His name is Spolby,
wronged.
and he's been wronged. He and his brothers were bringing a valuable artifact through the mountains when they were attacked by a band of Korkor nomads and the artifact stolen. We should do what we can to help him recover it. He believes that Korkor brought the artifact to an old stronghold, a place called Hellegrod. We should go there and bring these fellows to justice. That will make for an exciting story, will it not? But first you should introduce yourself to Spolby and learn what we will be up against. Alright, what are we up against? I'm pleased to make your acquaintance. I've already thanked your excitable friend here, but I wish to extend my gratitude to you as well. Without your aid, I am sure to have perished. My brothers and I were transporting a very valuable keepsake through the mountains, a necklace of gold adorned with a beautiful ruby, the Raw Stone. It is an heirloom of the dwarves and bears great value to my people, but we were ambushed by the Korkor tribesmen that haunt the snow-covered slopes. They slew several of my kin. I live only because they believed I was dead as well. They stole the Raw Stone and some other valuables and fled to the north. I believe they have gone to the stronghold of Hellegrod, once abandoned. I ask for your help to follow these Korkor villains and recover my stolen treasure. Speak to me if you're willing to do this. It seems that your friend Bingo is a bold adventurer himself, or he's already agreed to come with me, but I would value your help as well.
I am ready to avenge my kin and
treasure.
recover our treasure.
Alright, onward.
Bingo's quest to have an adventure full of excitement and daring has now brought him up the bitter stair to the dangerous stronghold of Heligrod.
Oh my, this is exciting. This valley is so remote. How many hobbits do you think have ever seen the snowy expanse? Not many, I'd wager. We have to find these Corcoran nomads and get them to return Spalvi's treasure. It's not right. Folks need to learn they can't just take what they want. Yeah. Good job, Bingo. What could give these Corcoran the idea they could steal your treasure, Spalvi? I guess I better get off my horse here. We're gonna probably need to fight. Greed clouds minds easily, Bingo. My people know this well. You know, that they do. Just ask them for Moria. There are always greedy folk who want what we find or what we have wrought. This way. Alright, let's follow Spalvi up on his adventure here. What can you tell us about this place, Spalvi? It was once a great dwarf hold, strong and secure, and Stelvings bore precious treasures. But then a dragon came. A dragon? It's still not there, is it? Do not worry, good Bingo. The dragon was defeated long ago. Ever since, many creatures have sought to occupy the halls of Heligrod. None can hold it for long, not orcs, corporal, or giants. Only my folk deserve to hold these halls. Enough conversation. I heard the Corcor approaching. Let's surprise them before they see us. I think I'll wait here. If it was all the same to you, I don't mean to bother. Alright. It's go time. These are not the same Corporal who ambushed me and my brothers. We will cover more ground if we split up. I will circle around and see if I can find the Corcoran nomads who attacked me. You should press forward and bring our friend Bingo to the front stairs. I will join you at that point. If neither of us have recovered my treasure, we will then consider scaling the front gate. Luck be with you. Alright, we'll meet up at the front stairs. Alright, so we are going this way then. Alright. Charge. You serve us so you can attack. Yeah, you kinda are. Oh, it stunned me. Alright, good to go there. All that funness. Okay, there's the stairs to Heligrod there. We'll just kindly make our way here. Great gate to Heligrod lies before you. So many steps. Oh boy, there are a lot of steps here. Phew. Almost there, almost there. If you could just give me a moment to catch my breath. Bingo breathes deeply and rubs his aching legs. I have never climbed as many steps in all my life as I have today. I hope Spalvi knows how to open this gate, or we will have to turn around and go back, and I am less ready to climb down these steps than I was to climb up them the first time. I did not find the Corcor that attacked me. They must be behind this gate, and when we get through, I will make them pay for their crimes against me and my brothers, and will recover the treasure they stole. Into the courtyard, my friends. I think this is a capital idea, Spalvi. Let's hope so. But there's the small matter of this enormous door. Oh, I say. Well then. Oh, there's a lot of dwarves here already, it looks like. Now you have paid, corporate dogs. You'll no longer steal from the dour hands or from anyone. Corn told me about these fellows. They are villains and bad seeds, most unsavory dwarves. Yes? You have the look of adventure. Did you have business with the Corcor filth? We have already put an end to their thieving. The Rawstone, Skullgrim's star, is ours once again. That dour hand peers past you, and his face lights up with recognition. Spalvy, we thought you were lost. I was certain that the Corcor had slain you and the rest of our kin. Oh, he is a dour hand. Oh, it's true, Bingo. I did not want any trouble from you. Yeah, he doesn't want any trouble from me. You must know of the enmity between my kin and the Longbeards. Yeah, they don't like each other. I thank you for your help, and I'm sorry I deceived you. I did not like the look of this one. Send both of them to their graves. Oh, bring it on. Wait, I have a better idea. Oh, well, I'm willing to fight. Let them live and take the Hobbit as our captive. If this one tries anything, Bingo will pay for it. Wait, what? I'll take y'all on right now. Yes, this makes sense. There is no need to risk further dour hand lives. Come over here, Hobbit, and say goodbye to your friend who's going to stay well behaved. So Bingo's going to be a hostage. This has become quite a pickle, hasn't it? While I'm sure that this is just simple misunderstanding, I will sort out all with these dour hand fellows. You should do as they say. I do not want you to be hurt on my account. I will sort this out and meet you back at Gloin's camp. What an adventure. This is going to make for quite an exciting chapter. Bingo beams at you happily, and you wonder if anything can upset him. This is true. I'm not happy about this, but it is a bad situation. This is the only way for everyone to feel safe. I will bring you to the exit, and I implore you not to try anything. Back at Gloin's camp here. Yes, Gloin, if he has seen Bilbo around the camp. No, not for some time now. The lynx that follows him around has been missing as well. Why do you ask? Gloin listens to your account, and as you relate Spalvy's treachery and your rival, Dour hands his face darkens and he clenches his fist. Such treachery! The Dour hands have been a thorn in my side for many years, but of late they've grown more brazen. We will rescue the Hobbit, and they will pay for the deed, but we first may not rush into action or we risk its successful result. We need a plan. A daring plan. I've done some thinking, and I think I know where these dour-hand villains brought your friend Bingo. They have launched a number of attacks on my people from a stronghold in the High Crag. The place is called Gabbetson, and it seems to be Dour-hand base of operations this stretch of the Misty Mountains. Go there and defeat the Dour-hands there in order to learn where they are keeping Bingo Boffin. Wonder if this is the extent of Gloin's daring plan, and tell him so. He laughs heartily. What more could be a plan offered this, Dandros? The opportunity to fight villainous Dour-hands is justification enough for any such plan if you want the opinion of this dwarf.
By Durin's beard,
all right.
What do you want?
Alright. Getting rid of some of the stuff that I don't need. Okay, good to go. So we need to head this way. Took our head east and then to the south. So we're going forth so we can hopefully rescue a hobbit. A very adventurous hobbit, no less. But a hobbit. The crazy adventures of Bingo Boffin continue. Now entering the High Crag. And the reindeer still keep running around here, which is good. Reindeer are cool. I got nothing against them. Maybe we'll find Rudolph if we're lucky. Huge snow bear. That is a big bear. Good lord. And granted, you need a ton of fur to stay warm in this area, but geez. It's a bit much. That must be the fortress there ahead of what he spoke. So we're almost there. Then we'll go beat up some dour hands and see what information we can find. Part of this master plan by Gloin. Alright, go beat up some dour hands. With our goat Jerry. Ah. Cheap shots. Alright, 4 down, 8 to go. I do love their cheap shots. I mean, they are villainous dwarves, so that does make sense, I guess. Okay, halfway there. 7. 8. Oh, I guess we'll take down 2 here. Alright, so find the courtyard in the southern reaches of this area. There's a prisoner cage this way, though. Was Bingo being held here in this cage, and where has he gone now? You must be the one who freed our captive. Now you will die. Well, bring it on, buddy. Not today. Search the slopes just north of there to look for Bingo's escape. Alright, so let's head to the north. So I guess we should find out what fate befell Bingo. Did I overshoot him? Oh, that's a skirmish camp. It says it should be in this area somewhere. To the west. Nope, there's Spalvey though. The traitor. Jerk. Turned out to be a double crosser.
Who?
Spalvey, our little dwarfen, that injured dwarfen we healed back.
Really, he wasn't.
Yeah. Wait, hear me out. I'm not
hear
your
me
enemy.
out.
It's true that
I
I
am
deceived
not
you
your
and your hobbit
enemy.
friend, but I did not truly wish for either of you to come to harm. The more I dwelled upon it, the more I realized I could not stand with my brothers in this. When their guard relaxed, I freed Bingo from his cage and we fled. But in our haste, the poor hobbit did not pay close attention to his footing and the ground gave way. Bingo fell down this hole, and I fear for he fell beyond the reach of my voice, for he has not responded to my calls. But they heard splashing from far below. But I cannot be certain. If he did survive, he'll need supplies. If we return and collect bundles of food and bottles of water, we can drop them down the hole after Bingo. If he did survive, he'll need any of the food and water we can provide him. Alright, so I guess we're heading back in and collecting some food and water. And I collected a goat.
Another goat?
Yes, not a riding goat, but a pet goat.
What's his name?
Jerry. Jerry the goat. Are you dysentery? Oh, maybe I can rename it. Nope, it's not gonna let me select and rename him. Sorry. He is a light-bound goat. Alright, so I gotta get more guards so they can give us food and water. Right. Complete with Bearheart. Oh yeah. Oh, bundles of food, I guess, just hanging around. I mean, it's cold up here. I guess you don't really need a fridge for anything. You can just leave out in the cold here. Makes sense. Alright, so 2 bundles of food down, 2 to go. I could bring up my owl, whose name is Tito. Yeah, that's my owl named Tito. Since we're in the mountains, might as well bring the owl out. Or I could have him be a mountain goat. No?
Let's do the owl.
Oh, the owl? Okay, we'll do the owl. Hang on, let me... Brr. There we go. Alright, so we need to find one more thing of food. Where would I find food? Probably right here. Grab that. Head back to our double-crossing friend Spalvey, but maybe he's going to make some amends here if he's lucky. If not, he's going to get stabbed repeatedly. I mean, wait, is that heroic? What's in defense of another? No? Alright, well, fine.
Heroes don't stab people.
Smash? Light on fire? Oh, very well. Alright, there's... Alright, so let's drop the deep dark hole. The darkness beyond the hole is complete. You cannot tell how deep it goes, but it's a very long way, and you would not be safe for you to fall that way. Alright, so we're dropping the supplies in. If Bingo did survive the fall, these supplies should help, if they don't land on him. Well, I mean...
I feel really bad
I really
about
feel really
this.
bad about this. I swear to you that I will help you find your friend, wherever he has ended up on my account. I'm certain he'll be fine, and we will all laugh about this when it's done. I'll do some thinking about our next step, but know that I will not abandon the search until we find him safe and sound. Right?
I feel terrible that Bingo
I feel
has
terrible that Bingo has
gotten
gotten lost on
my
account. Our flight from the city was a hasty one, and I count myself fortunate that I did not stumble over the same unsteady ground as Bingo. He was not so lucky and fell a long way. There must be a deep cavern down there, and possibly an underground river or stream. I thought I heard a splashing shortly after Bingo fell, but I cannot be certain. Such caverns beneath the mountains can be quite extensive. Skullgrim Dowerhand ordered that a survey of such tunnels be taken, and he dispatched a number of dwarves to map the caverns of the Misty Mountains. They never returned from Goblin Town, as far as I know, but if you were to find their maps, it might tell us if there are any tunnels that might take us to Bingo's location. Goblin Town, eh? I think I know the water which they're speaking of. That's all I'll say about that. I think we will have quite the adventure. See if we can make ourselves get to this, so we can travel around there and then get to the entrance of Goblin Town. Alright, so there's a mini camp here ahead. There we go. Alright, so where do we need to go? We need to go to either Nono or Embark. I think we'll be okay if we go there. We're gonna find out. Show me your travel destinations.
Greetings.
Oh, it's swift travel there anyways. Let's do that. Alright, so we get a travel goat here in the Misty Mountains. Huzzah. Huzzah. It's a travel goat. Alright, so we made it to our destination, so we must go to the north and east. Definitely snowing quite heavily here in the Misty Mountains. Got a clearing here. Nice little clearing there. Some structure up there. I don't think we can quite travel that high into the area. It still is very nice. Go. There's glowing again. Pretty sure that's one of the entrances to Goblin Town straight ahead. Yep, come to the main entrance to Goblin Town. Excellent. Find a Dowerhand surveyor somewhere within Goblin Town and take his maps. Alright, looks like in we go. Alright, let's get our archer friend back, 'cause we're probably gonna need him. Alright, so thankfully we're above the level for most of the mobs here in Goblin Town, so we don't have to worry about them all surrounding me and trying to beat my butt. That's good. Bad news is I have no idea where this Dower Hand Surveyor would be. Does it give us any clues? Nope, no clues. Alright, so I guess we'll wander around till we find a dwarf-looking guy and beat him up for his maps. Oh, or this dead Dower Hand over here. I guess the goblins got to him first. Bring the map montage to Spalby. Okay, so let's get out of Goblin Town and head back to Spalby then. Alright, we should be exit out here in just a second. Alright, let's see if we can get out of this area and get back to Spalby. I've got a really, really good hunch I know where we're ending up on this thing. So he's probably back that way. Yeah. Oh, Spalby's way down there. He's not in the same area now. So, yeah. Guess we're going all over the Misty Mountains here today. Okay, not a whole lot, looks like. this way. I don't think I've explored much this way, honestly, either. I don't think there's really any quest that, when I went through here before, that took me out this way. So it wouldn't surprise me if there's not a whole lot going on here. But maybe I did. I don't know. A lot of quests I've done. Some rending fissure worms. That starts a quest there, but I don't think we need to worry about starting a quest with them today. We're already on our quest to save Bingo Boffin from his perilous fall. The big mammoth. Oh, there's some big mammoths there. Huh. Now let's continue forward here. Looks like some wolves around here. I wonder, yeah, Spalvy's probably up above. I don't see him down here. Let's take this slope up and see if we can find him. There he is. And the weather's getting a lot crazier. Ooh.
I will look at this
Gets
in a
followed in the map
moment,
and he
but
sizes it
first
briefly
I
before
think you
folding it
should
again.
know something.
I look in this moment, but first I must think you know this. That Link's pet of Bingo's, what was his name again? Willem something? He followed me here at a distance. I did not like the look in his eye. I think he blames me for his master's disappearance. While he does have a point on that score, I'm worried that he does not fully understand that I have a change of heart and I want to make that right. Well, he followed me for a while and then bolted away to the southeast. Do you think he might have caught Bingo's scent? In any case, Gurr didn't live in the Airflow Cleft down that way, and I wouldn't want anything to happen to him. Not before you assure him that I am a friend, anyway. Alright, so we must go forth and find Willem Whisker. Who knew Willem would have such a big part to play in this series? But that's why you make friends along the way. Alright, so Airflow Cleft. I guess I can't do that the easy way, so I'm gonna have to go around this mini lake pond thingy. We'll go with that. There's Willem. Willem Whisker whines at you plaintively, and you can clearly see his frustration at Bingo's absence and that his search of Airflow's Cleft proved fruitless. You assure him that you will not abandon the hobbit. He snuffles in response, unconvinced. You speak quiet words to the Lynx, telling him that it will take your efforts, Spalvy's efforts, and most of all Willem's efforts to find the cavern into which Bingo fell and to bring him back into the light. The Lynx snorts, but then grudgingly flicks his ears at you in assent. Now you should return to Spalvy and see if he has learned anything of use from the map you recovered. Willem Whisker grudgingly agrees not to harm Spalvy for now. That's good. We're gonna need everyone we can get to find Bingo Boffin. Looks like the weather's cleared up a little bit, which is good. There's Spalvy, and it looks like Will and Whisker beat us too here.
I have
He found Bingo's
studied this
pet links
map,
and he
and I
has
have
returned in
both
peace, but
good
why does he bear
news
his sharp
and
teeth at me?
bad.
Spalvy asks, suddenly frightened. You tell him that Will and Whisker is not Bingo's pet, but rather his friend, free to leave at any point. I suppose that must be so, for otherwise he would have long gone by now. But look at this map you brought me. I'm afraid I have both good news and bad. Good news is that according to this map, an underground river runs beneath mountains, and seems to travel a long distance south. It could be that Bingo was carried by the current in safety. The bad news, well, I think we should travel to Longbeard Camp at the Western Brunnen source area of the Misty Mountains for the bad news. I will stay outside to the camp proper. Do not tell them I am a dourhand, for I fear my reception will be quite poor. Alright, so back to Loin's camp we go. Quickest way probably to go travel from that stable master to the north there. Oh, that's not a good fall. Okay, we survived that. Did not think we would there. So we must make our way back to the north. North Darn. Definitely quite the snowy adventures we're having tonight. Oh, and the weather looks like it's getting more whiteout conditions here. That's not good. Alright, if a White Walker comes out of here, I'm gonna be really, really pissed. Look at that. This is whiteout conditions if you've ever lived in an area where it snows like this. Lord. Hopefully we can find our way to this stable master, otherwise it could be quite an interesting journey back. Oh, something aggroed me? Like 12 levels above it. Huh. Alright, well. If it really wants to pick a fight, then I'll be more happy to oblige, but probably not its best interest. Alright, so this should be to the east, or west, I'm sorry. Let's see if we can look to the west here. There we go. Excellent. There's the stable master. See if we can get back to Gloin's camp from here.
What do you want?
Even better, swift travel. I'd like swift travel. Get there swiftly. Alright, so back to Gloin's camp we are. Gloin. Alright, so... oh, we need to talk to Spalvy first outside the camp, it seems. Alright, so let's see what he has to say. You must be
You
wondering why I wanted to come
wondering
to
why I wanted to come to
Longbeard camp. Well, I told you
this
the good news that Bingo
Longbeard
may have
camp.
survived his fall and been swept up in the current of an underground river. Here's the bad news. If the river runs south as far as this map would indicate, he may have been carried into the depths of the ancient kingdom of Khazad-dûm. If that is so, we may need to seek the advice of the Longbeards. I've heard whispers that they may be seeking to gain entrance to that place. Yeah.
A group of
Moria.
dwarves came this way,
Skogrim set many
bound for
plans in motion, my
Khazad-dûm.
recent friend, and each one required watchful eyes and alert ears. As a result, I have heard a great deal about what transpires in and around these mountains. One such tale might be of use to us now. It is said that a group of dwarves from the Iron Hills came this way, and seeks to enter the halls of Khazad-dûm. If we were to follow in their footsteps, they might open the way for us to continue our search for Bingo. I do not wish to speak to the Longbeard who runs this camp, for fear of betraying my heritage, but you should talk to him and see what he can learn of this expedition to Khazad-dûm. Alright. See what he has to say. Did you teach those no-good Dourhands a lesson? You give Gloin a brief account of your adventures, choosing to leave out Spalvy's road to escape. When you tell Gloin that Bingo's fallen into the cave system, he shakes his head and his beard is ruffled by sighs. If he were a dwarf, I'd say he might even relish the chance to explore such a network of passages, but I'm afraid a hobbit would not have much of a chance in these caves. Even our old burglar Bilbo Baggins much preferred to be out in the sunlight, and he was near as dwarf as you could wish. You think your friend Bingo might have been washed by an underground river south to Khazad-dûm? Well, that is quite a long way, but if you seek to enter those halls, you'll be in good company. An expedition has just passed this way, on their way to the land of the holly trees. If you wish to follow them into Khazad-dûm, you'll need to find Bolsi or his cousin Brogard. They lead the Iron Garrison. Okay, so let's go talk to Spalvy about our findings of the hunt for Bingo Boffin.
We have a
The Iron
long way
Garrison,
to
eh?
go
Sounds
if we
me
are
like
to
a lot of
reach the
guards and
doors to
miners. I wonder if they
Khazad-dûm.
know what will await them inside the halls of Khazad-dûm. Spalvy laughs dryly. Perhaps they will open the doors at Khazad-dûm and Bingo will be sitting there, sopping wet to greet them. Wouldn't that be something? We have a long way to go if we are going to reach the doors of Khazad-dûm. That Longbeard spoke of the land of the holly trees. That is the land of Eregion, and while I have never seen it, I understand it to be a land of rolling hills and old ruins. We should travel to one of the ruins in the north and learn what we can to follow the Iron Garrison. Alright, so we need to head back to Rivendell. Which will be a small trip. And then we can easily take a horse to Wingris. So out of the mountains we go. So hopefully we enjoyed our snowy trip. So back into the home of the elves we go. I mean, the snow was nice, all were nice, but yeah, let's not stick around. And the light snow fades away as we go back into some greener areas here now with grass, trees, and all that fun stuff. And some pleasant sounding music as well. Can't go wrong with that. There we are. So we'll head to the stables here and then head that way. We should be able to swift travel there as well, hopefully. If not, it's going to be a long ride there. I'm confident we should be able to. Stables are over that way. Take the scenic route through Rivendell here. Back at the markets. And then the stable should be just ahead here. There we go. Elrond Stables. Alright,
Bingo Boffin.
Wingris. Hey, we can get there swift travel. Nice. Excellent. So, off we go. 1, 2, skip a few, and we're in Gringris. Alright, so let's find Spalvy out here. Where's Gringris? Oh, we're in the northern part of Eregion, so that's good. All the many ruins out here. We've explored these before in some of my previous videos. Where is Spalvy, though? He's probably outside the ruin so that we don't Oh no, there's no really dour hands here. Or, I'm sorry, no big dwarves here. It's mainly elves and some other people. So where is he? Like he should be right in front of me. Oh, he's right in front of me. Oh boy. All right. I've never been to this land before.
I have never been to
but I
this
must say my
land
first impression is
before.
not a positive one. There are many elves here. Weren't they leaving Middle-earth? What's taking them so long? Spalvey grumbles under his breath for a few moments. I know we are in a hurry to catch up to the Iron Garrison and see if Bingo can be found within Khazad-dûm. I want to make a statement to some of these elves. Want to make a statement? I'm kind of scared. In between sideways glances and mired insults cast in my direction, I've heard some of the elves complain about bog lurkers and Doomlading warriors threatening the peaceful land of holly trees. Let's fight these threats and prove to the elves that we are to be taken seriously. Alright, let's go kick some butt. Go defeat some bog lurkers. So they are going to be, looks like to the southwest mainly. Alright, so bog lurker is going to be a big, nasty looking bug looking thing, and then Doomladings are going to be like more men looking people, but... Sorry, southeast it looks like. I thought I was in the southern half of the map, but I was incorrect. Alright, so let's see what we can find. Should be a bog lurker. It's the type. See if it counts as a kill. Move my archer friend back too. Yes, it does count, thankfully. That's good. Hey, come back here. I'm trying to chop at you. There you go. Three down. Okay, we don't need the flies. We don't need fireflies or anything like that, so we'll skip past them. Yeah, there's another one here. Alright, need one more of those. I'm gonna guess to the way south is gonna be the Doomladings. Doomladings, or however you pronounce them. Not to be confused with the Dunedain, which is what Aragorn is from, so... Oh, apparently we went too far over, so we need to head back this way. Oh, there's trolls here. I forgot about the trolls. They're silly as well. Let's avoid them since we don't need to beat them up. Alright, so bog lurkers have gone away. So head east there and try to find those couple people there. Should be some here, I hope. Not, we gonna find out. That's right, we gonna learn today. Should be just a little to the east here, so it shouldn't be too long. At least I hope. About 300 meters or so. So let's see, should be around here somewhere. Oh, hey, there they are. There's 4 more to go. more unlucky fellow we need to find. Alright, so go back to Gwingris and find Spalvey there. Hopefully he has more info on finding our friend in Khazad-dûm. Apparently these trees are looking at me kind of funny, so we better get through here. Not quite bad as the old forest trees, but yeah, they will go forward and kick my butt. Alright, we've made it back to Gwingris. So Spalvey should be in the same spot. Yep, he sure is.
You did as I
Good.
asked.
Those elves will know
Good,
we are not to
good.
be underestimated. While you were away, I went looking for someone I might speak with who would not sniff with distaste and treat me as a blight on the day. Just when I despaired of finding anyone but elves, I met a lovely adventurer, and will you believe it? She says she met you some time ago. Wait, what? Her name is Haley Meadowsweet, and she was right over there. She spoke quite highly of you, and I was pleased to say you were a traveling companion. Have we met?
Well, hello
There, I see that
I
you're
see
still
that
at
you
it,
are
wandering
still
wilds in
at
search
it.
of adventure. I met your dwarf friend Spalvey, but I did not see your companion Bingo anywhere. Does he still travel with you? He was a pleasant little fellow. Tell Haley that you become separated from Bingo, but that you hope to find him again soon. Oh, I remember her now. I see. Well, good luck to you. I am sure he will turn up soon. My own companion has proven less adept at treasure seeking than I expected. He too has gone missing. I swear, I thought Theodore would be a better student than this. The two of us traveled here to Eregion because I thought the elf ruins were certain to bear some lost treasures. It might be used as a source of useful instruction, but Theodore never seems quite unable to find or learn a single thing of value. I sent him south to Pembar to search there, but he has not yet returned. I wonder if he was able to find Pembar in the first place. If you do not mind, could you go south to Pembar and scour the ruins for my student Theodore? It's possible he ran to follow the half-orcs that have taken the place, but more likely they simply failing to find any treasure at all. Alright, so how far south is Pembar? Oh, it's not too far. It's to the south and east. Not too bad. Alright, we can just ride there. Yeah, half-orcs. Not quite full orc and not quite human, so shunned by both, and they create their own little camps, usually bandits and other stuff, where usually quite angry for being shunned by both, and attack travelers and rob them and other unmentionable things, I'm sure. So we shall head there and find out what adventure awaits us there. A lot of the trees are looking at us weird, so we must be cautious. Yeah. Oh, right past a few of them, you hear them rustling. No, it's definitely not wind. Not when the tree itself turns. Yeah, you haven't got that far in the movies about the Ents. An Ent.
That's an int.
Hmm?
Not an int.
Yeah, E-N-T and Ent. Interesting, but no. But eventually, when we get there, it'll make... We will. Someday you will. I do love carrying hobbits around.
Here, a lot of
Yes, you are. You're totally a hobbit. Alright, so let's go defeat some half-orcs since we are here now. Thankfully, we need to take out 8 of them before we go back, or wherever we want to head. Okay, 3 more to go. Oh look, the guy came over here to say hi so that I can beat him up. That was awfully nice of him. Apparently these half-orcs are not counting. Or why? I mean, we're right in the ruins, pretty much. Guess we'll go this way and make sure they count. Alright, that one counted. Okay, one more. Alright, all the half-orcs have been defeated. The Theodore should be in the middle of the ruins here. Alright, I didn't see him, but we'll ride through again since they say he's here somewhere. There's old Theodore there. I remember him. Here's in the Bingo Boffin quest line in the Lowlands, trying to be a treasure hunter.
You
Come
here
this land
seeking
treasure? Sadly, I'm afraid there will be less for you to
Shame
find
I
in these
got here
ruins, where I've
first.
gotten here first and their treasures are now mine. I've impressed Haley with my treasure-seeking skills already. Are you familiar with that old saying, the student has become the teacher? Well, I believe that will be true for me and for Haley any day now. Just wait and see. Theodore brandishes a small leather bag at you. Do you see this? I found it near a fallen half-orc, and I believe it to be his greatest treasure. Let's see, and I remember that I found it first. Theodore opens the bag, fishes around inside, then hands to you with a shrug. Just a bunch of iron discs. Some of them have little white smudges painted on them, but I wouldn't consider this much of a treasure. You'll bring the bag back to Haley, maybe she'll find some value in it. I'll stay here and look around some more, I suppose. I know there will be something we're seeking here. How could there not be? Alright, so back to Gringris we go. So some discs with some white on it. I'm not really sure what kind of treasure that would be, if anything. Let's see what Haley says when we get back to Gringris then. Alright, so we're about halfway back there. I wonder if we'll get closer to finding our friend Mr. Bingo Boffin. Trees are not liking this here in this area again. Alright, there's a Wingers straight ahead. Alright, there's Haley there, Master Treasure Seekers. Let's see what she
I
has to say.
cannot imagine Theodore
Hand
was
a small bag
satisfied
of
with
iron
this
discs to
bag
Haley and
of
tell her that Theodore is
trinkets.
safe. Well, that's something, I suppose. I cannot imagine he was satisfied with this bag of trinkets, but who can say what has value and what does not? To my eyes, these discs bear the mark of a white hand, and that is a symbol I've seen on many of the foes I have encountered in these lands. If Theodore thinks all treasure comes in strong boxes, I may have to rethink my lesson plans and return to the very beginning. Haley's laughter echoes in the silence and trails away. Her smile fades, replaced by a worried expression. You do not think he really believes that, do you? Oh my. Alright, see what Spalvey says.
I am
We've come a long
confident
way,
we
and
will
Bingo is still
soon
lost, but I'm
find our
confident that
hobbit
we'll soon
again.
find our hobbit again. Do not give up hope. Haley Meadowsweet is a master treasure seeker, and if her student is not a master, well, he must be at least a novice or an apprentice. Perhaps they can find not just treasure, but hobbits as well.
Can I ask you
Something.
something?
Have you seen Willem Whisker anywhere? I know that he does not trust me very much, but I think in a pinch he might be useful to have around. And I would feel better if his teeth and claws were close at hand, just in case. Do you remember the path we used to enter Eregion from the Trillshaws? Do you think you could walk back to that path and see if Willem is there, or if anything suspicious is afoot? Leave Wingris to the southeast, and the road will turn north. Do not go too far. I would appreciate having your eyes on that path, that is all. We're going on a Willem Whisker hunt. I mean, overall, yes, we are going on a hobbit hunt. But we will not abandon Bingo Boffin. Well, that kind of, sort of worked. Let's go with that. Alright, so we must remain alert for anything suspicious. So let's keep an eye out for anything. You see an axe embedded in a tree by the roadside. It's a threatening axe. How can an axe be threatening if it's already in a tree? Well, whatever, let's find out. Pull the axe from the tree and ponder its meaning. Alright, let's bring it back to Spalvey then. Perhaps he can shed some light on that situation. Almost back to Gwyngar so we can see what Spalvey has to say about this threatening axe. I mean, just a random axe in a tree doesn't really say a whole lot to me, but maybe Spalvey knows some hidden meaning behind this. Did you find anything out of the ordinary?
That is what I feared.
Show Spalvey the axe he took
This
from
is
the
a
tree and the color drains
Dourhand
from his
axe.
face. Aye, that is what is feared. This is Dourhand axe, and more, it is a message. As we journeyed, I suspected we were being tracked, and now it seems I was right. Abandon my people pursue us, and this threatening axe was left to cow us. Well, it will not work. We must still search for Bingo, but we must remain alert. We can be attacked at any time. Let's travel southeast to the Holland Ridge. From its height, we will have a good view of the surrounds and should see any Dourhands hoping to fall upon us. Okay. So, back that way. So it seems danger is afoot. Dourhands are not going to let this go easily, apparently. So we must be cautious. it's not about what you do, it's about sending a message. Apparently that's the approach the Dour Hands are going for in this. Alright, we're getting closer. About 300 meters out. So yeah, that looks like the hill. That does look like a good hill for a vantage point, so... Oh, even better, it keeps going up. I like this already. There he is over here. Alright, Spalvy, what you got? I do not see any more people approaching. Perhaps you should look as well. Dourhand raiding cars are not known for their stealth, but I do not want them to get the jump on us. Once you are certain we are not being followed, speak to me and we can travel to the Redhorn Pass to look for cave entrances that might bring us closer to finding Bingo. Alright, so let's take a look. Peer into the distance but see no sign of pursuing Dourhands. That's a relief.
There is nothing
That's
for
I
it.
don't know if that makes me feel better or worse.
The
Well, there's nothing for it. We continue with the plan to climb the Redhorn Pass and search for cave entrances that might bring us closer to Bingo. Oh, apparently we're traveling there.
You and Spalvy have climbed high into the Redhorn Pass, looking for cave entrances that might bring you closer to
The higher
finding
we climb, the
Bingo.
more difficult this gets. Try to keep your eyes peeled for cave entrances. I believe we might find a way into the mountain in order to search for Bingo, but if this keeps up, we will simply need to find a cave in order to survive. Yeah, the weather is kind of frightful. The weather is definitely not delightful. It seems we found some winter spirits that are intensifying the storm here. The mountain itself repels us. Yeah, that's not very comforting. The wind rises. The storm is too much. Let's give us one final effort. Alright. To the ledge above. Oh, these have some serious knockouts. Don't want to fall off the mountain. That would be a lot worse. Alright, Spalvy, what you got in mind here? You see any cave entrances? Nope. You find no caves, but you do hear faint voices on the wind. No caves? Oh, I think we may have no choice after all. This unnatural storm is too intense, and we cannot stay here to conduct a longer search. We must enter the mountain. We'll have to follow the Iron Garrison. I did not really wish to, but it seems will be the only way. We have to go back down the mountain and collect our thoughts before we can collect our hobbit. You hear voices on the wind once more. Oh, there's some dour hands. We have found you, traitor. So, Spalvy, you did not think you could escape us, did you? I'm gonna guess we're gonna throw down here in a second. Return it to us, and perhaps we will only kill your friend. I freed the hobbit, but he is no longer with us. I cannot return him to you. Well, yeah, we don't have him. We can't return him. That kind of makes sense. You think me a fool? I do not speak of the hobbit. You stole Scrogram's star when you fled, and I will have it back. Oh, looks like a winter spirit just popped up and killed his friends. Awesome. This cursed mountain has slain my warriors, but it does not matter. I will kill you myself and take Scrogram's star from your corpse. Looks like we will have to fight. Thorvald is not going to stand down and cannot fight his warriors and the storm both. I hope you are ready. He is no slouch with that axe of his. Bring it on! You are no dourhand. You will die in disgrace. Well, you're probably going to die first, buddy. Let's be real. Willem Whisker. Willem? Alright. And he gone. You'll trouble us no more, and I have to thank you for it. Not just you, I suppose, but Willem Whisker as well. Now let's descend this mountain. We must take the only path that remains before us. I do not want to freeze it solid up here, but I feel certain it is very near to happening. Now let's get out of here. Alright. Back in Gwingris we are.
Can you
for your help up
believe
there,
they
and
thought
for
I
Willem.
stole the Rothstone?
The rest of them did not know with whom they tangled, and once they knew it was too late for them, it is both foolish and typical. Can you believe they thought I stole the Rothstone when I escaped with Bingo? What need do I have for Scogram's star? Spalvey smirks at you for a time and then opens his pack. From within, he carefully withdraws a golden necklace with a large red stone in the center. I have no loyalty to the Dourhands any longer, and I have no need for this treasure. Why not give it to the young Theodore Ghost? He has been seeking treasure since he arrived, and now at last he can possess one. Spalvey hands you the Rothstone with a wry smile. Was this? You're giving me this shiny necklace?
This shiny
Theodore
necklace?
squints at it appraisingly. This is a test, isn't it? Haley is trying to trick me. She has been going on and on about what defines the meaning of treasure and what does not, and this must be another lesson. It is quite a good fake, I will give you that, but Theodore Ghost has become such an astute treasure seeker that he will not fall for this clever ruse. Take your elaborate mockery from my sight. I would advise you to cast it into a ditch. That's how confident I am this beautiful shining necklace is a convincing fake. Oh my,
Where did you
find
find this?
I'm dazzled by such a display of dwarfcraft and by the evidence of such precious materials. You tell Haley that is a gift from Spalvey and she is welcome to have it, for Theodore did not want anything to do with it, thinking it is a fake. You what? Ah, I see. Haley pockets the Rothstone and smiles. I thank you for the gift, and for the opportunity to teach Theodore another valuable lesson about valuables. Well, my friend, I
Feel
will
as
say
if a great
to
weight
you
has
that
been
I feel as a
lifted
weight
from me.
has been lifted. No, I do not speak of the Rothstone. That was golden ruby, and its weight was purely material. That's not always the case with dwarf-made artifacts. The weight of which I seek was the weight of my name. I know not what I did not know before. I am no longer a Dourhand. That name and that life is now behind me.
I am no longer a
Dourhand,
Dourhand.
but I want to be something. I need a new surname to replace the one that no longer fits. I could not take an existing name, for that would not be right, but perhaps I could adopt a descriptive name. A suitable epithet would do me some good, and then we could resume our search for our missing hobbit. Perhaps you could speak with some folk around Gwingris to get ideas for me. I do not like elves, but there is no denying that they have power over words, and one of them might come up with a suitable name or title for me to bear. Alright, so let's ask around. Theodore first.
Ooh, I'd
Spalvey
be
wants a
glad
new
to
surname?
help with
Well, I would be glad
ideas.
to help you come up with ideas. Let's see. Is he a dwarf? And he, well, more difficult than I expected. Your friend Bingo was writing a book, was he not? I bet he would be good at coming up with ideas. It's a pity you haven't found him yet. I will keep thinking, but I have only one idea, and I'm afraid that Spalvey, dwarf-like, is probably not what he had in mind. Theodore wanted to help, but his creativity was not up to the task. Yeah, that was, not very creative. Let's try this guy over here. I'm no expert on dwarf lore, but I do know that dwarves sometimes take descriptive titles rather than surnames of their families. What does Spalvey most enjoy doing? Is he a fighter, a scholar, or a loyal friend? If you can think of a title that best describes him, you'll find the appropriate surname. You think of for a moment and decide that Bingo Dropper or Hobbit Misplacer are not the most complimentary of titles. Let's keep searching then. Talk to this elf over here. The dwarf wants a surname. How should I know what title would serve him? None of the ones I might suggest would consider polite Daniels. I do not wish to insult him while he is a visitor here. Yeah, he was not helpful. Shocker. Elves and dwarves do not get along very well.
None of these suggestions seem
I
to
have an idea.
fit me
What if you
very
bring
well.
battle to the various foes that can be found throughout? Perhaps the active battle will inspire you, and you will come upon with a fitting surname for me. Get fighting and get thinking, my friend. Alright, so we're gonna think through beating up stuff. Fantastic. Alright, go find some stuff to beat up then. Spalvy Bogwalker, you ask yourself? Probably not the most entertaining name, I should probably say. Let's keep on moving southward and see if we can find another foe. Ah, yeah, the trees here. Let's go beat one of them. Spalvy Tree Feller? Ask yourself. Let's go beat up a troll. Apparently that doesn't count. See, there's the fireflies over this way. Spalvy Glimmer Knight, you ask yourself? Ooh, I like Glimmer Knight. That's kind of cool. I don't know if it'd be fitting for a dwarf, but hey, it's kind of cool. Let's see what else we can find. Spalvy Doomlander? Doomlander. Interesting. Let's see. Let's try another troll. Apparently, maybe that first one didn't work out well. The trolls are not going to be ones we beat up. Let's head to the east then. Oh, the worms here. There we go. Spalvy Worm Foe. Okay. Solid choice, I think. Continue on. Looking for that one. Spalvy Darkwing. Like Darkwing Duck? No? Let's get dangerous. I probably need to get a half orc and probably be done with this part then. Half orc there. Spalvey Orc Smasher. Ooh, that's a nice one too. It'll be tough to choose between a few though. See what he decides. Oh hey, Mighty Music, good to see you again. Fine to see you back. What's your goal for playing on Aenor? I heard the endgame is very unbalanced and most of the Fellowship content can be done by 2 people. Honestly, my goal is really just do as much questing as possible and maybe do some of the instances I didn't get around to, or just see what I can do with them. But yeah, it is a lot easier to do the Fellowship content than it was when it first was released, so just kind of exploring, questing, the adventures of Bingo Boffin, which is definitely something different. So really just kind of wandering around and seeing what comes out of everything. But it's good to see you again. Yeah, I kind of wanted to, basically just here to have fun and see where the adventure takes us. I mean, that's kind of where most people in Middle-earth seem to do. They kind of hit the road and see what happens. Maybe we'll hit a dragon. Maybe we'll hit some crazy trolls. Who knows? I don't know. Getting kind of to the extent of right now in Moria where I kind of left off at, so everything's going to be brand new to me, essentially. I didn't do any of the raids in Moria. So if I reach 60, probably do some of those just to see what they were like. Alright, let's see what Spalvey has to say.
I'm sorry about this,
As you
but
begin to list some
Haley
possible
has
titles for Spalvey,
suggested
he holds up a hand and stops
suitable
you.
name
I'm
for
sorry
me
about this, but
already.
I was speaking with Haley while you were away, telling her about some of our adventures, and she said I sounded very stout of heart, so I've decided I will be Spalvey Stoutheart from now on. Suits me much better than Dourham, wouldn't you say? Thank you for all the help, my friend, and now that I have a fitting title, I am ready to resume our search for our missing hobbit.
I
Raids
had
in Moria were
hoped
great.
we
You will
would
enjoy
not
some
need
massive,
to follow
huge
the
monsters from the
Longbeards
books. Yeah, I
into
know they have
Moria.
the Watcher of the Water as one of them. And then after that, I don't know. I think there's a turtle I've seen in regards to that, so a giant turtle. Yeah, huge monsters from the books. Yeah, definitely a big fan of beating down huge monsters. I'd hope we might not have to follow the Longbeards into Moria. I may not be a Dourhand any longer, but the old resentments were not so easily swept away. If they do not greet me with steel, I will repay them with kindness, and not in kind. During our time here, I've learned that the Iron Garrison traveled southeast to the ruins of Eshad Dunan, outside the Holland Gate. You should speak to the dwarves there and see if they have gained access to Khazad-dûm. If they already have done so, or once they do, I will meet up with you inside the entrance to the Great Dwarf Kingdom. Alright, so into the long dark we go. So it's time to go into Moria. See if we can start finding where Bingo may have fallen to.
Greetings to you.
That's it. Yep, there it is. So we'll switch travel out that way. Get across this region a heck of a lot easier. Is that swift travel? Yeah, it says I did swift travel. Come on, swiftly travel. Come on, let's go. No? There we go. Alright. So let's see if we can get into Moria now. Now entering the walls of Moria. So, Mighty, how have your adventures fared so far? I know that you were leveling up there. Let's see what level you are now. Should be on that. 27, nice. Not so bad. Long way to go there, but it's all part of the adventure. I'm a big fan of the adventure, the journey. I mean, rushing to the end does no one any good except, well, for the few people that like to try to race everyone, but I don't see any fun in that. So head this way. Alright, so I'll head around this way. I can't see what further adventures we get to, and then I have Mirkwood coming up here. And Mirkwood, the release date has been kind of up in the air because apparently someone said next week, but that's not true, and then who knows? I don't know. We'll get there when we get there, I suppose. Here we go to the pool here, the black pool. Oh, I've never noticed that before. This looks like grave markers for the dwarves here. Oh, I didn't realize those was there before. There should be an entrance here coming soon. Okay. So there are the doors to Khazad-dûm, so let's enter in. So there's Spalby here. I cannot believe I stand here at the foot of the great steps within Khazad-dûm. The sight takes my breath away. Spalby's good eye is bright with wonder. Skogrim spoke of reclaiming the glory of the dwarves, but he's always said it was the elves that took it from us. I see now our glory was not truly taken away, and that was merely lost for a time. It remained here beneath the mountains for us to find once again. I cannot thank you and Bingo enough for crossing my path, or I would never have seen these halls. Let's find our lost friend. The dwarves here speak of a mapmaker named Ketley who works out of a place called the Dovenview to the east. He would know the ins and outs of exploring Khazad-dûm. Alright, so Dovenview to the east there. We'll just take a small ride there. Make it a little bit easier.
Welcome to Khazad-dûm.
Make it easier on us as we explore the ever-present dangers of Khazad-dûm here. A lot of stairs here. As we go travel our way through here. All these caverns that we've been through already. Definitely very interesting caverns to go through yet again. I mean, Moria just has a different feel than any other place. I mean, yeah, it's all underground, obviously, but it's just everything after reading the books, watching the movies. It's just got that appeal to it in a weird way. If it makes any sense. And of course, the path that the Fellowship took through here to get through. As we can explore pretty much all of that. It's kind of hard to say exactly how they went. I remember seeing a map with the map of Moria, showing the way they thought they went through. Let's see if we can get the Doldrum view now. There we go. Oh, there's Bert Bartleby with Bingo's stuff.
I've collected many fine items during my travels.
And we get a red beetle. Interesting. I was a bargain for that. Oh, there's a lot of stuff here. I gotta sell some of the stuff off or something. Might as well do that real quick before we start on our next part here. We're in a town of sorts. Let's do that. Alright, Provisioner, come here. Buy my junk. You keep best bows. Red Beetle's name is Jasper.
Our
Jasper the Red
resources
Beetle.
are a result
That
of
we
driving the orcs from our halls of old.
Let's get rid of some of the stuff that we don't need. I think we got rid of all the junk we need to for now. Oh yeah, that cleared up the inventory. Very nice. So, let's go find this map maker person. See if they can shed any light to where we can possibly go with this.
You're
Yes, you're
interested in my maps?
Perfect. It's always a pleasure to meet a fellow
Perfect.
enthusiast. There is a great deal of craft involved with drawing accurate maps, and you would be surprised at how few folk truly appreciate the effort. Just between you and me, I think the rest of the Iron Garrison would care more about my maps if they included the locations of precious veins and ore deposits on them. But those would be out of place on these maps. Perhaps I will make a second set of maps later on. But for now, these maps are purely for rooms and chambers and tunnels and caves. As a maker of maps, it is important to know your focus and to keep it narrow. I'm focused on making maps and therefore I'm less capable in combat. Will you help me defeat enemies at the next location I need a map? While you fight, I will draw, and that way we'll be a great help to each other. So, time to go beat up some stuff. Yep, to the east we go. There's much to be done. Oh yes, there's definitely much to be done. That's an understatement there, Mr. Guard. Now can I get to the east without getting my butt kicked? Oh, let's not go that way. That doesn't... That don't look much better. This... Come on, there's gotta be somewhere I'm missing here. This way? No, it doesn't really take us where we want to go. No, I mean, in a weird way it does. Nope. Geronimo. That kind of worked. Yeah, let's roll with it. Why not? Oh wait, I know that doesn't go where we want to go. Like, can we get through here and head east? whoa, whoa, don't fall in the cracks there. Hello, we don't need that. Alright, so we're in Gadsden Tour. Alright, so number 1, put that down. Number 2, get ally. Doesn't give us a number of foes to defeat, it just says keep defeating foes. So, we shall beat up until we told otherwise. We should take on all the goblins. Okay, where's he going? Come back here. Oh, on keep it. Far no word. Ah, cheap shot. Nothing there so far. Orc stunned us both. Okay, I think we may have gotten enough from him. Yeah, because he's back. Alright, so get on our goat and get out of here. Think this will lead us out? No, let's go to the south there. Of course, we're gonna say hi to every Moria soldier on the way, it looks like. Alright, bring it on there. Taking out 3 at a time is not that bad like it used to be back in the day. Thank you very much, my helpful friend. I'm sorry that took a while, but making a map takes time. If you rush it, you ruin it. The next location I was hoping to finish mapping is a library to the northeast of here called Katub Saha. Will you fight the enemies we find with it while I work? Alright. Let's see if we can get there then. That doesn't look like that goes that way. Ah, here's some stairs. Excellent. So yeah, that's the library over there, I think, that he's referencing. Yep, this be the area. Alright. Let's take them all on. Have we killed enough things? No. Alright, let's go kill some more things. So we have defeated enough people, so let's see if we can find Mr. Mapmaker here. This is on the highest ledge. I thought I took something I shouldn't, but never mind, we're good. Alright, so highest ledge. I'm guessing up here then. There he is.
All right.
Finished. Thank you for your help. Now that I have some time to think, why don't you
seek?
tell me what it is you're seeking within these halls? You tell Ketil an abbreviated version of the adventure that resulted in your separation from Bingo. The dwarf thinks for a moment. It's not out of the question to believe that he might have fallen into an underground river and been swept into Khazad-dûm. Unlikely, perhaps, but it sounds as if this fellow might be rather unlikely himself. I will continue to study the maps I have available and let you know if I uncover any possible hiding places for this hobbit of yours, my friend. It is the least I can do. Alright, so back to Dolphin View that we go.
All right. Now you can tell me what you seek.
Hopefully that pays off eventually, but no immediate payoff from the dwarf. So back to Dolphin View we must go. We'll see if we can make it there in one piece. Of course, the first thing is we've got to get some stairs going up. There we go. And of course, you know, more stairs going up will be helpful. Hopefully we're on the right path here. Seems like it's going somewhere at least. There we go. Alright, back in Dublinville we are. So where is Spalvey? There he is, Spalvey Stallart.
We have made a good start,
of it,
my friend.
Ketley Mapmaker may come up with some idea of places we can search for Bingo, and I will make good the wrong I caused while I was in Dowerhand. I'm certain it is close. Willem Whisker did not stay here in the Dolphin View for long. He too is searching for Bingo. I know we will find our missing hobbit, and I trust that will be soon.
Kettle
The
Mapmaker
told me he
plans to map
begin mapping
Durin's
way. He said he would meet you at the
there.
gardens of Thrak-Basan to the northeast. Go to him and keep your eyes peeled for Bingo. Alright. So let's see, that's the gardens here, I believe. Yeah. So it's past the 21st hall there. I wonder if the stable master will get us most of the way there. Let's check it out.
May Durin return soon to his halls.
21st hall, first hall. Chamber of the Crossroads seems like the closest it would get me. Which is just right there. Alright, so let's go to the Crossroads. See what we can take away over there. Yeah, the travel goat definitely knows his way. We'll let him take the lead on this one. That's a giant honeybee, jeez. Get that as a pet? That's crazy. Yeah, beaver. Yes. Ooh, a black mastiff dog. Brown pig, nice. Alright, so now that we've reached the crossroads, see if we can take another stable here too.
These halls will be great once more.
Does not seem we can. Alright, so plan B. We're right there the hard way. Invalid target. Alright, so we're gonna have to. Yeah, let's have to go around this way. Alright, so let's head north and then to the east. See if we can find this garden. Should I head east? No, I should not head east yet. That does seem foreboding up ahead, though. Alright, time to head east now. Alas, no sign of Bingo yet. There we go. This looks like the garden area up ahead here. Let's find this map maker fellow. There he is, right up ahead. Cartography enthusiast. You will not believe what happened to me while I was setting up my map making tools. A large landscape barreling up the slope and almost knocked me down. It was racing at quite a clip and seemed to be chasing a piece of paper caught on one of the light breezes that rustled the trees of the horizontally. The lynx raced off to the east. What do you think it means? Is this some threatening beast from the depths that has emerged from its vile den to threaten an iron garrison? Sent to the east, so I keep heading east and hopefully find Willem Whisker. Oh, apparently Willem Whisker decided to take a swim over here. Willem is drenched, his fur matted against his skin as he swims in the chill waters of the pool. As you take a closer look, you see that he holds a wet piece of parchment in his powerful jaws and is trying to keep it above the water of the pool. You gently retrieve the wet parchment from him and he stares at you intently. This page you're into is recognizably a page from Bingo's manuscript. That's good. Oh, there's Spalby, he's just right there.
Is this what
But
I think it is?
Certainly looks like it.
A page of Bingo's manuscript.
Bingo told me about the book he was writing on his journey, and here we hold a piece of it. Sweet vindication, if the manuscript is here in Khazad-dûm, then surely our hobbit must be as well. I think Willem Whisker must have caught Bingo's scent. If we follow him faithfully, we will find our lost hobbit. Alright. Let's follow Willem. Perhaps he has his... Oh. Apparently he decided to stealth himself, so we're gonna head to the east. That's the name we're going for it. We're almost there. Will this be the area where we finally find Bingo? Has filed descent to a number of barrels full of fish. I thought Will might have caught Bingo's scent, but he wasn't following our hobbit, he was following his stomach. Wait, I think he's about to run off again. This time he must find Bingo for sure. Alright, eastward we go. See if Will finds something else this time around. As we continue through Durin's Way. The Fang Pit. Whisker is curled up by the milestone, taking a nap.
If we
Well, it
help
seems
these
as Whisker knows what
dwarves,
he wants, but it brings us
perhaps
no
they will
closer to
assist
accomplishing
us.
our objective. The dwarves here come under frequent attacks by the marigold that live in the pits to the east. They gather by the pools and prevent any dwarves from getting close. Travel into the pit, defeat any marigold that you see, make your way to the pool of culture located in the northeast. Perhaps the knowledge that we are helping them will convince these dwarves to provide some assistance as well. So we're going to have to head to definitely the northeast quite there. Oh, I do need to do some excavating still here. Making our way to the east. Deposit here. Let's keep going. Lone Whisker rushes past you right towards something by the pool. I guess this is where Bingo fell then? Oh, looks like Bingo.
Hello there.
Is this your cat?
Is this your cat?
He does seem quite friendly, but I've never seen such a creature up close before. You ask Bingo if he's feeling alright, and the hobbit responds with a puzzled smile. It is nice of you to ask, but I must admit that I'm a bit worried. I do not know exactly how I came to be sitting by the side of the lake. Are we underground? This is not like anywhere in the Shire that I've ever seen. This must not be by scary or Brockenborns. You keep calling me Bingo, is that me? How odd, I can't quite handle my name. Bingo Boffin, you say. It does not feel terribly familiar, but if you are a friend, I will take your reward. I thank you for filling me in. We found Bingo, but it seems he has lost something. His memory. Yeah. Oh, amnesia. Alright, so let's head back. The good news is we found Bingo. Bad news is Bingo doesn't know he's Bingo. Alright, so we must make our way back to here yet again. I think we're making our way back up. This has to be the way the path seems to be heading. At least I hope that's the way it seems to be sailing. That's what it looked like, right? Maybe? I take a wrong turn? Must have. That ain't good. Alright, so I think we're on the right path back to the top of the Fang pit now. There we go.
You found
Bingo, what is it? Why do you wear that
Wait,
expression? You
what
tell
is
Spalvey that
wrong?
something must have happened to Bingo after he became separated from you, for now he seems to have lost his memory. Really? That can happen? I would not mind if he simply forgot the part where I betrayed him to the Dour Hands and locked him in a cage, but I suppose forgetting the rest is not acceptable, is it? A pity.
If we were to show
You know,
that
there's something we might
manuscript
try.
page
Do you remember
to
the page of
Bingo,
manuscript that Will
it
found?
might
It is
help him
mostly dry now,
remember.
nearly legible. Perhaps if you were to show it to Bingo, it might provide just a reminder our author needs in order to regain his missing memory. He'll say it's worth the attempt. Oh,
Hello my new friend.
I'm sorry I do not remember you. And not only that I cannot remember why I cannot remember... Yes, what is this? You hand Bingo the page of his manuscript that Willem Whisker fished out of the pool along Durin's Way, and he squints at it for a few moments. Let's see, Newbury, Buckland, I do know where these places are, of course. Every Shire Hobbit does. Why, this Hobbit lass does have a lot of children. Angelica, Berelic, Camellia, Dinodas, Esmeralda, Bosco, Griffo. Oh, that's the end of the page. You know something? I always thought I remembered someone, a girl with red hair and a sword. Well, that's not quite right.
It was
Not
not
enough,
enough.
but I think we might be on the
But
right
if we
course.
find the other
If we were to track
pages
down the
of his
remaining pages of Bingo's manuscript
well
and show
then
them to him, that might just be
probably
the
that
reminder
would...
he needs to recapture his lost memories. We should assume that he dropped his manuscript where he fell, and the pages became scattered far and wide throughout Khazad-dûm. Anyone might have picked them up. But there are some places we can check. Malvari and Fang Pit might have some pages. Orcs and Warg Riders cover great distances through Zelmarik and might have some pages. A war council was found in the Flaming Deep, since leaders might have uncovered some pages. Dwarves and 24 Saw that see a lot of traffic services, such as Vault Keepers or Barbs, might also have possession pages. So, pretty much we gotta go all over Khazad-dûm to find all these pages, it seems. Like, literally everywhere. we're going from that, I think we'll go ahead and end that here so that we can not get lost in the adventures of Bingo Boffin and trying to restore his memory. It's going to take some time for that to happen, it seems. First, we're going to sell off a few things, though, before we call it there. Let's see here.
What do you need?
Alright, so... because, yeah, we don't need that stuff anymore, but I'm going to try to get a whole stack of it before selling it at auction. Alright, we don't need that. The rest of the stuff we can keep just in case. Alright, so let's go ahead and bring it on in here then. Alright, so I do want to thank you all for joining us here this evening as we continue the adventures of Bingo Boffin. Apparently these adventures are going to be more far and wide than I initially had expected with him losing his memory, but we will find a way to help him get his memory back so that he can become the nice adventurous hobbit that we have all come to know and love. So I do thank you all once again for joining me tonight. Make sure that you follow, like, subscribe, follow me on Twitter, YouTube, a couple other places you can find me on that, but those are most common. So thank you all for joining me tonight, and we will see you next time and see what happens in the mines of Moria. See you around.